Attention passionate San Francisco 49ers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on San Francisco 49ers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true San Francisco 49ers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and San Francisco 49ers fans. Let's get to the news all right. Folks, buckle up because what I'm about to tell you could be one of the most seismic moves the NFC West has seen in recent memory. We're talking about whispers, rumors, and some pretty compelling speculation pointing towards a potential blockbuster trade involving none other than Chris Jones, the interior beast from the Kansas City Chiefs, heading to the San Francisco 49ers. And trust me, if this deal goes down, it could reshape the division, alter playoff dynamics, and give the 49ers a serious boost in their quest for back-to-back Super Bowl appearances. It's a rumor that's gaining steam, and I want to unpack all the details for you, so stay tuned because this could be a game-changer. Now let's set the stage. The Chiefs, currently sitting at an impressive 9-2 record, are navigating some salary cap challenges. Their cap space is tight, just around $2.9 million, which makes some of their top players more vulnerable to trade talks. They've already shown they're willing to make moves, trading away players or restructuring contracts to keep the core intact, especially with their eyes on extending Patrick Mahomes' contract, which could cost around $22 million more in cap space in the near future. And with the Chiefs' defense, there's some concern, too. They've been leaking points, giving up roughly 18 points per game, and that's a sign that their cap management and roster flexibility are crucial right now. So with this backdrop, the idea of trading Chris Jones makes some sense, especially if they're looking to free up cap space and rebuild or reinforce their secondary. But that's where it gets really interesting for us, the 49ers faithful. The whispers suggest that the 49ers could potentially land Chris Jones in a trade that might look like this. The Chiefs would send him to the 49ers in exchange for a second-round pick in the 2026 draft and a fourth-round pick in 2027. That's a pretty reasonable price for a player of Jones's caliber, especially considering the impact he can have on a defense, bringing that disruptive, game-changing presence we've seen from him before. Remember, Jones isn't just any interior lineman. He's a top-tier disruptor, someone who can collapse the pocket, stuff the run, and take pressure off our linebackers and secondary. Especially after the injury to Michael Williams, who went down with an ACL tear in November, the 49ers need that kind of interior presence more than ever. Look, Jones in 2025 has been outstanding. He's logged 7 solo tackles, 8 assists, 15 combined tackles, and 3 sacks in just 10 games. His PFF run defense grade is a solid 89.5, and he's winning rushes at a rate of about 25%. His EPA per snap, which is a good indicator of how disruptive he is, sits at -0.12, meaning he's helping us get off the field and generate turnovers. His career stats are equally impressive, 80 sacks and over 300 tackles, showing consistency and a knack for making game-defining plays. Even with a knee injury in Week 4 that limited him early on, he returned strong, registering 3 sacks after Week 7 and forcing crucial stops. When he's healthy, Jones is a titan at collapsing gaps, and his ability to generate pressure and force quarterbacks into mistakes makes him a perfect fit for a 49ers defense that's been somewhat inconsistent in pressuring the quarterback. Now, the Chiefs, despite their success, are facing some tough decisions. Their defense, which was once among the league's best, has started to slip, allowing an average of 18 points per game. Their rush defense, which used to be stout, has seen some regression, with yards per carry climbing from 3.8 to over 4.8. That's a significant jump, and it's contributing to the drop in their overall defensive efficiency. The defense's struggles are partly due to cap constraints. They're trying to keep Mahomes happy with extensions and still rebuild the secondary after losing key players. Trading Jones could be a way to free up some cash and shake up the roster, especially if they believe they can rebuild on the fly or find other ways to bolster their defense through the draft or free agency. Switching gears to the 49ers, this move could be a massive boost to their already formidable front. With Michael Williams injured, the defensive line has taken a hit, but acquiring Jones could help fill that void. Our projected stats suggest an increase of about 10 stuffs, with internal pressure rising by 19%. That's huge because it would significantly reduce the points allowed per game, dropping from 22.9 to around 19 points on average. Not to mention, adding Jones alongside Javon Hargrave, who's already a force with his 2 sacks this season, could elevate our interior rush tremendously. When you combine these talents, the 49ers defensive line becomes a true nightmare for opposing offenses. And let's not forget the strategic aspect. The 49ers have been aggressive in their pursuit of disrupting opposing QBs, and adding a player like Jones could amplify that effort. With the ability to generate blitzes and disrupt timing, Jones would be a perfect fit in our scheme, especially when trying to neutralize high-powered offenses like the NFC West rivals or even playoff contenders. His versatility in twists and double-team scenarios, with a win rate of around 82%, makes him a nightmare for offensive lines. Plus, his knack for forcing turnovers indirectly, creating fumbles and tipped passes, adds an extra layer of threat. Looking at the bigger picture, this trade could also have playoff implications. Odds have shifted, with the 49ers' chances of winning the NFC title rising from plus 1,300 to around plus 650 if they land Jones. That's a significant jump, reflecting the belief that his presence could be the difference-maker in the postseason. His playoff experience and ability to step up when it matters most, like shutting down players similar to Christian McCaffrey or other top-tier offensive weapons, could be the spark that propels the 49ers to another Super Bowl appearance. Now, I know some of you might be skeptical. After all, trading away draft capital always comes with risks, and there's no guarantee Jones stays healthy or performs at the same level. But when you consider his track record, his recent production, and how much he could elevate this defensive front, it becomes clear that this move could be one of the smartest the 49ers make this season. It's about stacking the deck, about maximizing our chances to not just make the playoffs, but to dominate once we get there. And the NFC West. Well, it's already a competitive division, with the Seahawks, Rams, and even the Cardinals making moves. But a dominant interior presence like Jones could tilt the scales in our favor, especially in close games and playoff matchups. The Rams are trying to rebuild. The Seahawks are always tough, but with Jones anchoring our line, the 49ers can assert their dominance and set the tone from the front. Of course, all of this hinges on the Chiefs' willingness to part ways and the 49ers' ability to strike a deal that benefits both sides. But given how cap-strapped Kansas City is, and how much they could use draft capital to rebuild their secondary and other positions, it seems like a plausible scenario. Plus, the 49ers have the assets, including draft picks and young players, to make this happen without sacrificing too much. So fans, what do you think? Could Chris Jones be the missing piece for us? Will this move push us over the top and give us that extra edge to finally bring home another Lombardi? It's a fascinating possibility, and if it materializes, it could be one of those moves that defines our season and possibly our legacy. This is the kind of move that gets the fan base buzzing, that energizes the locker room, and that makes us believe even more in our team's championship potential. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest San Francisco 49ers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Looking ahead, if this trade comes to fruition, it will be a huge talking point throughout the NFL community. Analysts will debate the value of the draft picks involved. But for us, the 49ers fans, it's all about the potential. A defense with Jones lining up alongside Hargrave, Armstead, and the rest of our talented front seven could be one of the league's most fearsome units. That kind of pressure could turn us into the team to beat in the NFC, especially if our offense continues to perform at a high level with Brock Purdy leading the charge. So keep your eyes peeled, stay tuned for official news, and let's get ready for what could be a historic move. Whether it happens or not, it's fun to imagine the possibilities, because at 49ers Nation, we're always dreaming big. We've seen how close we've come, and with a little help on the interior line maybe this time, we're finally taking that next big leap. The NFC West is fierce, but with the right moves, the 49ers can be kings of the hill once again, and Chris Jones could be the spark that ignites that fire. And now, San Francisco 49ers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest San Francisco 49ers news.